So calling random people sucks, but sometimes it is the only option that you have, especially when you're starting. You don't have many connections or a large number of followers. At the same time, you don't have a bigger budget that will allow you to run paid ads. So at the end of the day, you end up doing cold outreach. And in this video, I'm going to show you 3 effective ways on how you can do cold outreach and win your first client. So let's get into it. So cold outreach is a simple way of marketing whereby you'll be calling random people when they least expect you, or you're even sending them emails just to advertise or to sell the services that you're offering. For instance, websites, right? So you'll be just sliding into their DMs, if it's via social media, be it on LinkedIn, be it on Twitter or X, or even Facebook, right? Just to sell what you develop or what you design as a web designer or as a web developer, right? So that's cold outreach. And with this method, it's not that easy, in the sense that many people actually ignore you, or many people actually say no to you, right? And for you to win, you really need to push as many emails or as many calls as possible. So let's say, for instance, you can just have a strategy where, like, every day you're calling 5 people, you're emailing 5 people, right? And per week you end up having 25 people. So it depends with how you want to structure it, right? But to be honest with you, it's all about numbers. The more you call people, the more you email people, at least you probably get some response, right? So let that be known. It's not easy, but it's doable, and it actually has some great results. Because when I was starting, I actually got most of my clients through this, right? Because I didn't have money to run paid ads. Another thing is, you need to be clear on what you're offering, right? So I've seen a lot of people where they are everywhere. They are trying to sell mobile applications. They're trying to sell websites to plumbers, to fintech companies and stuff, which is okay. But I feel like if you start to niche down, right, your services, or to niche down what you do, right, it will actually are more beneficial, in the sense that you have clarity. You know who you're going to service, what you're going to offer, and how you're actually going to offer it, right? So there are quite numbers of ways on how you can actually niche down. So the first one is it's either by industry, right? So we have high ticket niche, and also we have a low ticket niche, whereby with high, there is more revenue. These companies, they earn more money and they have a bigger budget to spend than your low ticket ones. These are like your small businesses. They have a low budget, and they are sometimes hesitant to to spend, right? Now, once you have chosen which route to go, now you need to narrow it down again. So let's say, for instance, we have chosen the small businesses. So you find with small businesses, you have plumbers, you have electricians, you have trainers, you have pet carers, and all those people, right? So now with these businesses, what we need to do is we need to target one type, right? So for instance, we're going to target plumbers, right? And for these plumbers now, we are only going to look for the ones that already have a website, but their website, one, is not aligned to the high converting layout that I once showed you guys. It's also, not that appealing. It's not modern. It's not, ranking into the current designs, or the way we said a website should have. The reason why I'm saying we need to target this is that these businesses already know the value of being online. So it's actually easy to convince them than to go for someone who doesn't even know the value of having a website. I'm not saying we're going to abandon these businesses, but at least you want to get started and also to start earning. So you need to move in the right direction. So if you select these businesses, right, let's say start with 10, right? The ones that you have identified that have outdated layouts and all that. Now, with these ones, you need now to implement the following methods that I'm going to give you. The first method is called Loom Outreach, right? So with this one, Loom itself is actually a recording platform or a recording software that you can use to record videos or screen recording and stuff like that. So with this now, what we need to do is that before we start recording, we need to do an audit, right? So remember, these people, they already have a website. So what we're going to do is we do an audit, and on doing so, we are actually trying to identify the weaknesses or the pain points or the problems of the existing website, and now come back and try to design a high converting website for these people, or let's just call it a landing page for now, right? It doesn't have to have many pages, just a landing page, right? Okay, so now we have our audit report. We also have our landing page, right? A high converting landing page. The next thing that we need to do is just to deploy that to our sandbox environment. So remember, in the previous videos, I talked about how you get a template, how you deploy it to a sandbox, such that we offer value upfront, right? So this warm method is all about offering value upfront. Now, why do you need to offer value upfront? So there are so many designers out there, and you want to stand out from the rest, right? So we need to offer value, and there's a trick when you offer value. The difference is, I want you to picture this. You get approached by someone who's just saying, hi Prosper, I design websites and I would like to design you a website, compared to someone who says, hi Prosper, I have gone through your website and I've identified 1, 2, 3 problems, and on top of that, here's a URL that you can visit to see what I've designed for you. Already you can tell who will win this war, right? So we want to stand out from the rest. Hence, we're going to offer value, right? Now, once we have this in place, now we move on to method number 2. Method number 2 is all about personalizing emails or personalizing phone calls, right? Whatever script that you are going to generate, it has to be personalized, right? We need to understand what this business is all about. We need to know their pain points. We need to know their names, how they run the business and stuff. Just lead to such that when we send out our email, it's personalized, right? We are addressing them by a name. We are even showcasing them the issues that are currently on their website and all that. That's all we need, and our URL for them to access the website that we have designed, right? So the person who's going to receive this email will actually understand where you're coming from. Maybe whatever pain points you have identified, they were actually stuck with those and they didn't know how to address them. So now they'll be like, okay, so this guy actually took some time to do an audit and see what's wrong with my website. He also went an extra mile and designed this nice looking converting website for us. So why not just respond to him and see and hear from him what he actually offers, like how much does he offer and stuff, so it all helps. Then now you start to get responses from all those emails that you've been sending without getting responses, right? Now from there you take it to another level. Now you're starting to talk about budgets, that deposits, how you work and all those things, right? And you are in, right? Now, once we have done this, method number 3 is all about utilizing social media, right? You need to showcase your work. I've always been talking about this, building public and stuff, but this time we're going to slide into the DMs of people, right? The ones that we know, the ones in our circle, or the ones that we actually don't know, and try to offer them a referral program to say, do you know anyone who needs a website, right? A high converting website. Do you know anyone who might need our services? And in return, we'll offer you a 20% from the actual cost, right? From the whole cost, right? And I've been using this method for quite a long time now, and I've been getting clients. And some of my the people in my circle, they're actually happy with me, because once they refer someone, that person signs up. We start designing their work. When we're done, we give them their 20% or whatever percentage that you want, right? Now, if you get a client who's interested in this, or a client whom you have managed to attract using the second method, right? Now you designed a website for them, a good website, they are happy and stuff. You can even extend this referral program to them to say, if you know someone or someone else within your business circles and stuff who also need this service, I'll give you 20%. Who doesn't want money? No matter how small it is, people would want something in return, and you're good to go. That's how you actually grow. So will these methods really work? Well, to be honest with you, this is all about numbers, right? You can't expect to be sending one email or calling one person and expect results, right? You need to push. This is a numbers game, like I said earlier. You need to push as much as possible. And also you need to do follow-ups. Write scripts where you do follow-ups after sending your Loom videos. You do follow-ups on method 2 and stuff. And sometimes these people, they ignore you and you'll be stuck. So what you need to do, which is an extra method, is just to send them an email to say, or when you send an email to say, if you're not interested, please let me know that you're not interested, so that I don't continue following up or continue sending you emails. As simple as that. And most people respond, some they don't, right? But it's all about trial and error, right? And see which method to use, right? So if you have enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, share, and also leave your comments below. I would really love to hear from what you think, your suggestions. If you have used some of these methods, what was the outcome, so that we all grow, we all learn, and we build a good community, right? So remember, like I said in the previous video, it's not only about me coming with tips and insights. It's also about you guys telling me what you think, and also sending suggestions on any topics that you'd want me to cover. And if you're new here, this is what we do. We share insights about web designing. We share insights about software engineering in general, career growth and stuff. So if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe and turn on your notification bell so that you won't miss any of the videos that we'll be publishing. So with all this, go out there, start calling people, start sending emails, identify a niche, and start designing high converting websites, start designing solutions that actually solve problems. So see you in the next one.